afternoon, everybody. We are off sailing again after spending a wonderful night in a bay just down here. Oh, and whoop, 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 whoop. The wind just came in. Finally, seems like it. It's a beautiful, drizzly day, and the wind is finally coming up, so that's good. And this morning, Leo needs to focus his camera on me. And this morning we enjoyed a really lovely paddleboard ride in this, what did you call it again?
An estuary.
In this estuary, just down here. It was really lovely, and Kai had a nice walkie, and well, it felt a bit like Christmas even here in Greece, you know? Grey and rainy weather, just like back home in Denmark.
Not from down there.
Yeah, this is how you film me, so I'm gonna film you from
So
this.
I'm gonna
it will
play-
be all double chins and nostrils.
So I'm gonna play you alter ego, like they do in Sailing Uma, because we cannot reproduce. We're not skilled enough. We're just gonna interchange characters.
We don't need alter egos.
So I'm gonna be the grumpy one. Yeah.
You are the grumpy one.
So today Pernilla wanted to go for the sub in this dirty marshland, stinking. And you know, we woke up. It was grey. Our keel and rudder was nearly catching the sandbank because we hadn't anchored probably, because we're gonna sail in an anchor. But I mean, it worked out and we knew it wasn't much wind, but as you can see here, we could nearly, I think the rudder had so much to hit the sand, went all fine. Then a very nice sub in the murky waters, stinky. Yeah. Saw some fish, saw some mating crabs. Like they have no shame, those crabs. Like they were clinging on each other like there's no tomorrow. Yeah. And now we're sailing in this beautiful mist, humid weather. Alter ego out. There's the rainbow. This is fast sailing.
What do you think of that cloud, Kai? Huh? Yeah? You think we should run for it? Maybe. So, babe, how's it going?
Yeah, we had been sitting in an hour. There was no wind at all. And now it came back. And it's dying again. It's kind of sad. We've sailed 5 nautical miles in 3 hours. What does that give us? 1.8 nautical miles per hour?
Oh, 1 hour we were basically just standing still.
Yeah. Now we're moving again. It's not that far anymore. Just around, just behind us here actually.
That's basically this whole sailing trip so far. It's drifting 10 nautical miles every day. So spending the whole day out on water and maximum going 10 nautical miles. It's
and cozy.
I wasn't complaining. I'm just saying it's a different kind of sailing trip. Like there isn't much rough weather sailing about it, despite the fact that it's December.
Yeah, unless there's a storm, but then it's raining like hell and stormy, so you don't want to be out, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe this is why people don't sail this time of year. But we're stopping.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse. 2 minutes ago we had like 3 minutes of sunshine. That was nice.
Oh yeah, I live for those 3 minutes.
I took my jacket off.
Wow, really? I didn't even know that.
You missed it.
Oh, damn.
You were on the toilet.
Thank you for sharing that. Anyway, where are we going anyway, babes? Because like we changed our plans this morning, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because of the low wind.
We're going to the cove of Ayos Dimitrios. We wanted to go to the hot springs, but I think that will take us like a month with this pace. Questionable if we come back again. Or we just decide to live there, so we kind of decide against it.
Yeah.
So maybe tomorrow, if there's any wind, we're gonna try to go to the famous Mouse Island. Mice Island.
It's a mouse island.
Mouse Island.
Because it's mousy. It's small.
So there's one lighthouse there, and we have seen a seal there, and my father also saw a seal. So we're gonna go there, maybe, hopefully, visit the lighthouse and watch out for the seal, and get bitten by mosquitoes because it's quite.
In December. So.
No, there's still wasps and stuff. So
yeah, we had some big wasps on board the last
who
few
knows?
days.
I
All
mean-
the sugar we have, they're all coming here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
Or we go home.
Oh, we go.
I'm cold.
Yeah.
No. Got some water.
There's a seal. And I saw it. I didn't want to say anything because it sounded stupid myself.
There he is. You see him? Oh, this is so good. Hi, buddy. He's looking at Cass. Okay. Hi, shush.
So what happened?
We just saw a seal, a monk seal. It's amazing, actually. They're so rare, but this is where they live. But they're super shy. It's really hard to even spot them. So it's quite amazing to see one.
And
We're so happy. We have been sailing so all spring. We sailed around and around in the marine park that's close to here but not quite here to look for. I mean, we only spotted one by the Mouse Island actually, which is not even in the marine park.
No.
And now we spotted one just by accident.
And this joy right there you just saw, I think justifies protecting the seal and any animal because they need protection. They bring more joy than anything else. Unfortunately, those monk seals here, they're quite, or fishermen think they compete with them. It's not really true. I mean, they all compete against overfishing, but of course it's easier to shoot or target a seal than changing a global problem. So, and that's unfortunately results in many monk seals ending up shot or entangled in nets. Plus, I don't know what 100 other problems they might have, like plastic digestion and so on, entanglement. But it's good to see, and they're making great work in the marine park in Alonisos. I heard that this year there's also sea shepherd and a lot of patrolling going on to protect them. But it's also important that once they exit the national park, basically here, there's huge protection and laws protecting them, but I guess there is still a lot of overfishing and other illegal activity that threatens them.
The laws and regulations are there, but the enforcement is lacking a little bit.
But anyway, we were lucky. We thought, look what a nice cape here, and Pernilla said, oh, let's film a bit. And as I was filming, I saw the head pop out, and I wasn't sure at first, but then it popped out again, and it was a seal.
Yeah.
And we're gonna just anchor around here in the cape, and who knows? I mean, maybe it comes and visits us, like the seals in Denmark. They would visit us on anchor.
So there are 3 different kinds of monk seals in the world. There's the Mediterranean monk seal, there's the Caribbean monk seal, and there's the Hawaiian monk seal. But I already said something is wrong, because the Caribbean monk seal is no more. I think that became extinct about maybe only 100 years ago or something like that, fairly recently. And I think it's mainly because of piracy in the Caribbean islands that drove that species to extinction. And now we are sadly seeing the same thing happening to the Mediterranean monk seal.
But
Because
there's hope.
as Leo says, the fishermen and maybe others see it as a threat, and they shoot them. Like they also shoot dolphins because dolphins and monk seals eat the fish. And this is very important to, instead of thinking that it's like as like a zero-sum game between them and the dolphins and the seals, it's important to understand that the monk seals and the dolphins, they are part of the ecosystem and they contribute to that ecosystem, and without them we won't have a healthy marine life and fish. Just a leisurely dog walk before we leave, and we are officially lost on this teeny tiny island, but we can't find our way out of the bushes.
I want to go to the lighthouse. One wish I had, and the path just stopped. Oh, we are unable.
Oh, now you recognize that there's no longer a path. Leo said there is a path here, it's just not really here anymore, which I would say means there is no path. The non-path doesn't go that way?
I'm tired.
Quelle surprise.
What the fuck?
Come on, Indiana Jones. Get us out of this mess.
I'll go down there.
So it turns out there was a proper path to the lighthouse, which we have now found by going back and then realizing that there was a sign showing the path. Da 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 da.
Hey! Hi, come here now. Hi. Hey! Hi! Come here now.
Definitely smelling stuff here. The
Kai.
hunting instinct is kicking in. Kai, come to bay. No!
Hi, now.
Good boy. Come on. Come on, you're finding your way. Yes, you're finding your way.
So we made it to the lighthouse. Vanilla never likes lighthouse, but every time I drag her there, what's your opinion? No?
I never said I don't like lighthouses. I just think I can enjoy them just as well from afar, out at sea.
Now we're gonna take our little path. Hopefully we won't get lost again.
No, because now there's an actual path. Whoa!
Whoa!
My hunting instinct has kicked in 100%.
Yeah, Kaya has sniffed some. I don't know what that can be, but he definitely.
I even got a whiff of animal now.
That was probably Kaya's fart.
No, I know what they smell like.
You can see why someone can get lost here. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Jesus.
He found something. Now he's holding on for dear life.
Kaya! There must be something in there.
Yeah, he's probably very hungry.
Kaya, come on here, we gotta feed him.
The Lactaceous Deliciosa. I ate some of these yesterday. I survived. See how a walk makes our move better? How a walk can improve the mood of a rolling night at anchor.
Oh, walk on an actual path, I would say.
Yeah, the walk on the actual path. The other one was not really improving things.
Improve the mood at all.
So babe, what is the best feeling when you return from a walk to the boat?
What do you mean?
I guess it's only me.
What?
When you actually return
Yeah.
and you have left your boat on anchor.
Ah, that the boat is still there.
Said she's gonna do a little beach cleanup here
Yes.
while I fly the drone.
Yeah.
And then I help you.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Wow! 10 minutes beach cleanup, some fishing nets, some plastic bags, some styrofoam. Now the fun part, taking it to the boat with only one sub and a lot of stuff into this rolly shit, and then we set sail.
Poor Leo has to paddle all my plastic back to the boat. Life's a struggle, eh mate?
It is a struggle.
Oh, okay, I'll help you now.
So last night we had to re-anchor a bit because the wind got stronger, so we wanted to put more chain, but because it was dark we got a bit too close to this fishing mooring, and yeah, surprise surprise, today we're caught in it. And now the wind is onshore and we have to I have to jump in the cold water, quickly untangle it, and then we quickly get on board before we drift into the rocks. Oof. Or Pernille has to do another round.
Yes.
Okay, it's gonna be funny.
Have fun, baby. Wait. Ooh, babe, wait! Ah, yeah! Are you stupid?
Yeah, I wouldn't wait if I was in the air. Start lifting the anchor, okay?
Yeah.
Actually, why don't you bring me the rope from the back, the long one, and we can attach here.
Oh yeah.
All good.
So now we're tied up to the mooring. I hope Leo can get our anchor free. Kai. Hopefully. I'm ready to do my part with the remote. We all have to do sacrifices here. Okay?
Alright, listen now.
We're pulling each other.
I go away from there.
Kai, back! Thank you, Tarzan. Yeah. You can really hear them, Kai.
Yes. The proof.
There was a dolphin here and Kai saw it first.
Yeah.
Or one.
One lonely dolphin.
Be very quiet, then you come up and pick up the blow-up. Quite loud.
We're so busy doing nothing that we just saw it like a minute ago, this thing. Crossing path with us and trolling. The dolphins. They're following the trawler, I guess. I think they just swam past us. I heard a blow, but I thought it was away. Oh, Kai. I'm sorry. Yeah, there are a lot. Dream sailing this afternoon. The sun came out, the wind came out, and we are cruising just into the Gulf of Volos. And on our right is the magnificent town of Ayakiriaki, and up in the mountain, Trikeri. Do you think that's your breakfast, Kai? Do you think you can catch them, Kai? They could have made a good Christmas meal, right, Kai?
So, babe,
Yeah.
now we're almost back home.
Yeah.
What do you think of this little winter sailing trip we made?
Yeah, it was cold, it was grey, but it was fun. We saw a lot of wildlife. Like, I think nearly every day we saw dolphins. They don't really come close, or they do for a little bit, but we're also slow, so normally they only come to you when you have a decent speed, so they see you a bit as a play, but when you drift with 2 knots, that doesn't happen. But they did come and check us out yesterday, and Kai was barking a lot. What else?
We saw seal.
We saw a seal. Today we saw some weird...
I saw squid.
You saw a squid. I did not see a squid, neither did I catch one. We didn't catch anything.
You saw an octopus.
An octopus, yeah.
And
that
big
was fun.
crabs we saw as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not really the fascinating wildlife one talks about. But
No, but we saw a lot of wildlife because it's been... there hasn't been a lot of wind, but it means a lot of very quiet waters, so it's been easier to see wildlife and we are the only sailing boat out here.
Yeah,
so it's just there aren't really any other boats to scare off the wildlife.
no. Kai, do you think there are dolphins again? They're not. We all wish there were, but the spinnaker is flying. We still haven't fixed the hole. No. This little trip and this video is nearing to an end, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And
sadly,
also, yeah,
I think sadly, but
but
we are cold now, and I think we're actually getting a cold as well. So it's time to go somewhere where there is heating and hot water. Yeah.
So sadly, it's also another year past where we still using our, I mean, luckily, or I don't know, it's ambivalent. We're still using our diesel engine. We're really trying to minimize it. Like,
we're happy it still works.
Yeah, we're grateful
because
it works.
we can't really afford
yeah.
anything new.
and we're really trying. Like,
yeah.
The lightest breeze. Like, we have spent like hours and hours on this trip, like just
full days just going 10 nautical miles.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is also kind of fun, but it also seems how limited you are by only using your sail. It's funny, you see other things like wildlife comes up at times, like you know you can read, you can, as long as it's calm, you know, you're not on a schedule.
Yeah, it's nice when it's not wavy.
Yeah.
But if it's like rolly and no wind, then it's just hell. But when it's like this, it's kind of...
It's okay, this is...
perfect. Okay, right now it's actually really
yeah,
great,
we're doing probably 3 knots. That's really speedy for us. Like you're actually going somewhere.
It's super comfortable. You can clean the boat on where you go. You can work on a laptop, and yeah, you can get stuff done. So it is also kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
slow.
Of course, having an engine is still great. You know, sometimes you can't get where you want. Like it might be just a mile, but there's really no wind or against you, and you could spend 8 hours getting there. So we're grateful of our engine still working. It's also a safety thing, but of course we're quite sad that we still have to emit. I mean, apart from CO2, there's a ton of other things that comes out of the exhaust, so we would love to sort this out at some point with an electric engine.
At some point.
But that doesn't mean that until then we cannot buy us a little bit out of it, or...
No, you can't buy yourself out of it, that's wrong. But until then, I mean, we have invoked a self-imposed carbon tax.
Yeah.
Yes. So what we do is, every year, we did this last year, we're going to do it this year as well. We calculate how much fuel we've used and how many tons of CO2 that is equivalent to. Then we take the EU carbon price, which is, I think last year was set to €50. I don't know what it is this year. And that amount, we don't actually, like, carbon offsetting is a very complex sort of area to get into. So we decided to not go for those kind of schemes, but we take the amount that we have calculated and then we donate it to a charity instead.
Yeah, preferably something that is investing or is striving to reduce carbon. Like, for example, you could...
Like last year we donated to Tree Aid, which is an organization that obviously plant trees. One of the big projects they're working on is building a green wall in Africa. So that is a great project that we really wanted to support last year.
Yeah, or there are other causes, like you could support a local community somewhere to invest in solar, which actually then your money, your offset will probably result in, over the years, in much more carbon saving than you not running your engine. I mean, of course you should not run your engine, but you should also try and invest your money in ways that support a green transition.
Yeah.
Or and you should think of putting solar on your roof, more solar on your boat, so you don't have, if you have a generator, you don't have to run it, and try and see how you can finance an electric engine or an electric car, or try to solve it other ways until your engine really breaks, because many will argue like, my engine is working fine, it's new, should I really replace it? Well, if you really can, maybe you should, but it's also, you should reduce it.
Yes, you're right. You really went off on that.
Yeah, I really went off.
More on that later, I think. But what we really want to say is that we see this self-imposed carbon tax as a sunk cost. Like, it's just something that we decide to do, and it is better to just not use fuel at all, obviously. But until then, this is what we
can't really afford it.
We can't afford it. We can't really afford doing this either, to be honest. We're going close to bankruptcy, but it doesn't matter. Like, this is a sunk cost. It's a non-negotiable for us. We feel like it's a bare minimum for us to do at this point.
So if you...
we haven't decided exactly which organization we're going to donate to this year, but maybe we'll put it here if we've decided.
And we will put in the description the formula of how you can calculate it. I mean, that's
pretty basic.
Yeah, for CO2, I mean, if you want to calculate against all the other emissions, it's going to be a pain in the ass. We don't even go there.
We haven't gotten that sophisticated yet.
No, I don't know if we can even.
But anyway, I think maybe this year we will. I'm thinking about giving to a marine conservation. Like last year we did to tree planting, like driving CO2 out of the air. The ocean is also a huge carbon sink, and our fuel obviously goes directly into the ocean. So I feel like, excuse me, Spinnaker, I'm talking. Anyway, we just wanted to share that we do this because obviously we call it green heading. We don't have an electric engine, and this is exactly why we call ourselves a green heading. We want to do better, but we also have limited means. So we try to do what we can and be creative about how we make up for the things that we cannot change.
Yeah.
And do better.
Well said.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching.
Bye bye.